Hello, I'm Coercer, and we're watching games from ArtifactCup number 31. We are now in round 4, and I have to correct myself. In the last video from round 3 I said that Tren and I would finally clash, but I misread the whole bracket of ArtifactCup number 31, so not yet. But in the last round we need to finally meet. So what happened here in round 4 is one more thing. Nonya Dambus had to drop out. I'm not sure of the reason, but basically we just lost a player in this round and in the next one as well. So it's just Tren, Evok, IceMan and me left. So let's just dive in. So we have Galcian territories in round 4. This is one of the maps that isn't that liked by Tren and by some of the more skilled players, since it's a bit advantageous to the person that starts on the high ground, but that can be circumvented, as Bajir showed in one of the games from the previous Artifact Cups, where he basically forced me to escape in my carrier from the high ground and then pounded me into the dirt with battle cruisers. So we'll be watching this from Tren's perspective. Here he is in his Soban carrier, and up here we have IceMan, who is playing as the Galcian. So both players are constructing Savagers, very good, both of them getting up their economies, and Tren is moving out. With his base runner, he has rallied it to the artifact that's closest to his own extraction zone, while IceMan, it looks like, did the same. That base runner does look to be headed for that artifact there. Yes, it is. Now IceMan is building Savagers from his carrier, it seems, and he is building Sand Skimmers from his production cruiser, so he pretty much immediately switched to Sand Skimmer production as soon as that was available. This probe for Tren did spot that scanner there, and indeed that base runner would have seen it anyway. Tren is opening his first bulkhead, which will boost his economy, of course, and in the meantime IceMan is just doubling down on that Sand Skimmer production. He is building Sand Skimmers constantly, and of course if he gets a sufficient number of them up, he will be able to deal some damage in the early game. But LAVs outrange Sand Skimmers, and thus they can kite Sand Skimmers and pick them off at a distance. And if IceMan is not careful, Tren will just pull up or rally his LAVs in one bunch and then move in, and these two Sand Skimmers will be eliminated almost immediately, and then the rest of these Sand Skimmers will have trouble engaging. And here it comes. Tren is trying to envelop these two Sand Skimmers and save his base runner, and indeed the LAVs get the high ground advantage as the Sand Skimmers are trying to escape, and the superior range of the LAVs is just melting these Sand Skimmers. The high ground advantage, of course, gives a bonus to accuracy and damage, so that was quite brutal there for those two Sand Skimmer drones. Now IceMan is trying to retaliate, but he won't get far without the speed upgrade for the Sand Skimmers, as the LAVs just move away and constantly deal damage to those Sand Skimmers. Luckily enough, he didn't lose any at the moment, and they are regenerating their HP. So if Tren will engage here, most of these will be back at full health. Both players have secured an artifact, so the artifact score is 1-1. And IceMan decides to move in, and he melts one light attack vehicle almost immediately. But IceMan is losing those sand skimmers very quickly, as these LAVs constantly have the high ground advantage. This just shows off that Tren really knows the map, and that you should pick your engagements carefully. If those sand skimmers were to engage or chase or in this direction, these LAVs wouldn't be getting the high ground advantage. You can just see how devastating that is. These LAVs don't regenerate health. Tren is streaming in more as some LAVs are picked off eventually. But that was a pretty big force of sand skimmers now. IceMan is left with just 3 and his carrier to defend with, or 4 sand skimmers actually. And IceMan is desperately trying to rebuild his forces, but at this point building sand skimmers really is a lost cause, as that won't help him in this situation. Tren is using the opportunity while he's keeping IceMan busy there to attack IceMan's base runner, and that is going to go down. IceMan is mining from that wrecked bulkhead. I think this one is idle though. That Saboteur is idle, yeah. So all of these micro-intensive fights are just destabilizing IceMan's game. It looks like he isn't keeping his cool anymore, and now this force of 10 LAVs is just going to murder anything. Even though they're attacking from the low ground, there just isn't anything here to defend. These lone sand skimmers are getting picked off, and now reinforcements are streaming in, 4 more LAVs, and it pretty much looks like Tren could potentially snap that production cruiser and really put IceMan even more behind, basically. IceMan is moving out with his Gaussian carrier, I guess, so that terrain doesn't block the line of sight of the Gaussian carrier's guns, but he is moving it too far forward, and now his main is wide open to attack, and Tren is going to exploit that. IceMan is building an assault ship and another base runner, but these salvagers are going down so quickly, and that one defending sand skimmer gets taken out. Now if this assault ship will get some good hits in on this group of LAVs, IceMan could at least bounce back from this attack, but these LAVs are now just going to dance around here, exploit their superior range. They outrange assault ships, and the assault ship goes down. Base runner pops out for IceMan. Another assault ship is now out in the field, but these LAVs are just murdering everything. I believe they also have an armor upgrade now. Let's check here. Indeed, and Tren is researching vehicle damage level 1. He's getting so much value from these LAVs. He has a couple of railguns and a couple of AAVs out in the field as backup. IceMan managing to produce a respectable number of assault ships, so he will finally be able to defend against these LAVs. But I'm afraid that's all too late. He is left with a single salvager, 4 assault ships, and a production cruiser. Tren has already secured 3 artifacts, and in the meantime IceMan forgot to rally his base runner to that artifact. At least it looked like that. I wasn't really paying attention. He could have secured another artifact, and that would have helped his carrier defend. But now Tren is once again going to exploit the same bit of terrain here. He's going to put his railguns somewhere on this hill and push in with those AAVs to provide vision. And since IceMan's carrier is exposed there, could be taking a lot of damage for free, and these assault ships will potentially go down against those railguns. And Tren is also using his probe to provide vision for his forces. Tren has picked up another artifact, so that will pretty much mean that he will have a 4-1 artifact lead. And now the Soban railguns have opened fire on that Galcian carrier. And they're nailing shots at the bridge of the carrier. So yeah, IceMan is not doing anything. He could at this point still move in with his carrier, maybe at least scare away this force before the railgun count gets out of hand. And at this point I think it's just a matter of Tren has superior vision and IceMan doesn't, so he can't really retaliate against those Soban railguns. He manages to hide behind the hill. By putting points in his fleet, he should just drop all of the power and pump up the repair systems of the Galcian carrier, and at least try and repair the carrier at this point. I mean, the speed isn't doing anything if you're just sitting here, and the range. Well, you can still keep that bit of power there, since you can power up the repair systems to level 3. At least I don't think you can with that much power available. Basically, he could be regenerating health right now instead of just sitting there. That's just the point I was trying to make. IceMan is trying to make something happen with just 2 sand skimmers, but the Soban have the armed logistics module, and at this point Tren should have a horrendous amount of power. Well, he has 4 levels in the defensive logistics of his carrier, so that those ALMs are almost perma-stunning any unit that will come into range. These assault ships bravely move out, but there's just too many railguns there. And the assault ships will be eliminated, especially with one of those railguns using the mark target ability, which means that anything that's marked with this ability take plus 26% damage from all attacks, and that just makes unit compositions like this very deadly, especially if LAVs and AVs are there to provide even more damage. And now Tren is focusing down IceMan's carrier, and with a marked target on it, IceMan quickly loses his carrier, or indeed I think he even conceded before his carrier blew up. So Tren secures another win. So that means he has 4 wins, and IceMan now has 1 win and 3 losses. Well, that was quite a decisive game there, and Tren just showing off his knowledge of the map, and basically showing off how to micro in order to preserve your high ground advantage, and that cost IceMan dearly. Also, IceMan had some positioning problems there, or rather he just shouldn't have moved out with his carrier that much. The Galcian carrier has really good point defense guns, and those are able to deal with LAVs quite effectively, but not if they're out of range. So that would be game 1 of round 4, and let's see what happens in the other matchup.